Alright, now let's continue to fix this. Exercise 4, right? Complete the sentences with also, and, but, and however. It's very easy, okay? So number 1, the journey was long and complicated. So we just add more, so we just use and here. Number 2, few students look forward to doing exams, but they realize they are necessary, okay? So we finished those 2 already. Now let's move on to number 3. Quỳnh Anh.
Many people travel to see this place. They also want to experience other culture.
Luyện phần phát âm nha. Rồi. Yes, the answer. Wait, give me a sec. Number 3, the answer is also, right? Yes, the answer is also. That's correct. Actually, we only have 2 words, also or and, right? We cannot use and there. Why? Yeah, we don't say they and want to, right? It doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, we never use that. Even though if you don't learn the rule, you will understand why. Okay, we never say they and want to experience. That sounds very silly, right? So they also want. That means they also do that. Okay, they also want to experience other cultures. Yeah, it's very obvious. Of course, you can always look at the rule how to use also and but and however in the book. Okay, we learned that last time already. Number 4, sub.
Marco Polo traveled to Persia and then he traveled to China.
Yeah, the answer for number 4 is and. Okay, because they very balanced there. Okay, so Marco Polo traveled to Persia, and then he traveled to China. It is just a connection between these 2. Very easy. First of all, the meaning makes sense with and. We don't put but or however there, okay? So it's just the meaning, we need to use and there. Also, normally we use that where. Where should we put also? Do you still remember? At the beginning. Yeah? I remember last time we learned that. Do you still remember the page? Page 121. Okay? Also, it also means and we use also to add extra information or an extra opinion to things we have already said. Okay? They should also, normally it can stand at the beginning or after the subject, something like that. Okay? Yeah, here it says we cannot use also to join 2 sentences, but we can place it at the beginning, in the middle, or at the end of the second sentence. For example, a good education is expensive. Also, it takes a long time. It also takes a long time, or it takes a long time also. You can use it like that. Okay. All right. Now next one, number 5, Hồng.
Visitors to these regions are often surprised that the inhabitants are poor but happy.
Yeah, poor. Yeah, are poor but happy. Yeah. Why do we need to use but in this case? It's just the meaning here, right? We only have a few words. So visitors to this region are often surprised that the inhabitants are poor but happy. If they say that they are poor and happy, it doesn't make any sense, right? Normally when people are poor, they are not happy at all. So here, kind of poor and happy, they're kind of opposite. So that's why we use but. We don't use and. Okay? You say, oh, I'm poor and I'm poor and happy. Doesn't make any sense. Okay? Poor but happy. Okay? Kind of opposite.
It sounds like they were poor.
Yeah, so the inhabitants here, they are poor but happy. So poor is kind of negative side and happy is the positive side. That's why we need to use but in this case. Okay, we don't use and. If we use and, I mean they are balanced, right? They are kind of equal, the same. So poor and happy cannot go together. You understand? So that's why we put but in this case. Now number 6, Kick.
Working with children can be very challenging, however, it can be very satisfying as well.
Yes. So the answer for number 6 is however, right?
Yes.
Yeah, however. However, okay, so working with children can be very challenging. However, it can be very satisfying as well. Remember the way to use however, right? We can put it at the beginning of the sentence, right? And normally we don't use but at the beginning of the sentence, remember? We just use but after the comma. After a comma, we can use but not at the beginning of a sentence. When you were a child, when we learn kind of simple English, like at starters, movers, or flyers level, then yes, it's okay. You can use but after the full stop. After a full stop, you can use but. Okay, to say something opposite. But now at high level, we don't do that anymore. Okay. Yeah. Hồi nhỏ thì các bạn xài được ha. Còn lớn với văn chương chuyên nghiệp thì không xài được. Ok. Văn chương em bé thì các bạn chấm một cái các bạn ghi chữ but được. Có nhiều bạn chấm cái ghi chữ because cũng được, hoặc là chữ and. Ok. Nhưng văn chương pro chuyên nghiệp sau này thì các bạn sẽ không được làm vậy nữa. Ok. Nhé. Yeah. Bạn nào mà chưa nhớ được cái cách sử dụng cái also and but however thì các bạn có thể lật ra cái trang 121 với 122 coi lại. Cái này mình học hết rồi ha. Mình không có nhắc đi nhắc lại, nói đi nói lại nghe nó chán lắm. Ok. Chúng ta sẽ just move on. Ok guys. Yeah. Nhớ nha, sau dấu chấm mình dùng however, mình không dùng but. Nghĩa thì na ná nhau thôi, nhưng mà cấu trúc ngữ pháp thì không được. Ok. Anything else? Anything you want to ask? No?
Complicated.
Complicated. What does that mean?
Hard.
Talk. You just talk with people.
No.
Hard.
Yeah. Hard or tough. Difficult. So the journey was long and complicated. The journey was long. First of all, long and complicated. Maybe it's very hard for you to figure out the way to go or something like that. Hard, difficult, tough, like that. Phức tạp đó, Việt ngữ gọi là phức tạp. Region. Where is that? Number 5. Visitors to this region, right? Region. What does that mean, guys? Just go. Tell me fast.
Just like in the past.
In the past?
In the area.
Just like in the past.
No, region doesn't mean past.
In the area.
Yeah, area. Region, that means area. Visitors to this region, that means visitors to this area. So you can underline that and you write area there. Okay? Place, area, region. Yeah? Anything else? Rồi các bạn học thêm, các bạn chỉ không, guys, cái bài tập này nó sẽ rất là hạn chế về tính hữu dụng nếu như các bạn không biết cách xài hết cái độ hữu dụng của nó. Ví dụ như là câu số 6 thì các bạn thấy người ta ghi là working with children can be very challenging. Hoặc là it can be very satisfying. Các bạn thấy người ta dùng tính từ dạng verb, tính từ dạng ing không?
Yes.
Chúng ta luôn có tính từ dạng ed, ví dụ satisfied, ed. Ok? Yeah. Nhưng mà tại sao trong trường hợp này chúng ta lại dùng là satisfying hay là challenging? You understand? Lần tới mình coi sơ lại nha, chứ không là các bạn sẽ dùng sai hết mấy cái này. Bài tập mình làm không phải là chỉ làm dừng lại chơi đâu, các bạn coi cho kỹ vô, coi câu cú người ta xài tại sao là vậy. Ok? Chứ nếu không mình điền bài tập gì đâu, điền có vài ba chữ vô thì có tác dụng gì. Ok? Alright guys, right, that's it for today.